Hi, my name is Andrea Arevalo. My class code is 21176, and I'm going to make a little review about this video called How a Rooftop Farm Feeds a City by Mohammed Haish for TEDx UTM. Okay, this guy is from Montreal, Lebanon. He's talking about urban agriculture. Urban agriculture is not revolutionary. It's a recreation of some old techniques. He actually mentioned a memory from his aunt that she actually said him this. So, our food travels a lot of miles and travels badly packed and repacked, refrigerated and sold and resold, losing food characteristics, organoleptics characteristics. So, urban vegetable growers spend less on transport, packaging, and storage, and can sell directly through street food stands and market stalls. More incomes goes to them instead of intermediators. Intermediators are a big deal for this sector, for the producers especially. Urban agriculture carries health and environmental risks, potential use of contaminated land and water, smells and noise pollution, because we are talking about this in the city, like urban agriculture. So, diversity of varieties. Talking about farming, and the greatest factor contributing to the loss of crops and livestock genetic diversity is the spread of industrial agriculture. The displacement of more diverse traditional agriculture systems. For example, here in Latin America, the milpa system was very popular to our old family members, for example, to my grandmother. The milpa consists in corn, in squash, and in beans. The greenhouse is the agriculture 2.0, the responsible way, because it's sustainable and it's a throwback time in all procedures techniques, because as I said, these techniques are not the newest way to do agriculture. It's like a remake of the old-fashioned one. Okay, so build greenhouses and feeding people using no new land is using rooftop spaces, and it's fantastic to grow food. It's low maintenance and reduce energy, reduce the CO2 concentration or the emissions. Recirculation of water, the loop system, is what these people, the Mohammed Haish workers, use. Use of biological controllers, no pesticides and others. Okay, and the last point to talk about is the industrial farming. At the core of industrial food production is monoculture. Losing all this milpa thing I mentioned before, the practice of growing single crops intensively in a large scale, like corn, wheat, soybean, African palm, cotton, and rice, and all that stuff, losing varieties, as I said, and producing in a not responsible way, leads to a commonly grow in this way. For example, in the United States, that is one of the biggest producers of these things. Monoculture farming relies heavily on chemical inputs such as synthetic fertilizers and pesticides. The fertilizers are needed because growing the same plant and nothing else in the same place year after year quickly depletes the nutrients that the plant relies on, and these nutrients have to be replenished somehow. This leads to the degradation of the soils, the contamination and the water retains of these chemicals, not only contaminating the area that is used to this agriculture system. I mean, all the near zones to this system, to this monoculture system, are actually being contaminated by these pesticides and chemicals. High waste of resources and change in distribution of land use. For example, because we deforest a zone, woods, because we need to plant more to this monoculture system, being not sustainable. Greenhouse of urban farming is local. The drop points are universities, coffee shops, or closer people in Montreal for this model from Hamed. The model is the greenhouse because he built it in the rooftop. Actually, he didn't build that building, validating the redundance, because he actually reuse. So he applies the R's. It maximizes the use of resources, energy, land use, and water. It helps to grow different varieties of food and is the opposite of industrial farming. So in conclusion, we must change the way we produce food and start to be sustainable. A throwback time in all procedures, techniques, and maintain the sustainable of the not sustainable systems. Thank you.